with March fast approaching, as teams are making final preparation for the kickoff of the 2023 ATV Motocross Championship Series. We were invited by ATV Talk Motorsports podcast owner Lenny Duncan to spend 3 days at Splendora Motocross Park in Splendora, Texas, embedded for a 3-day private testing session with newly formed team 4130 Motorsports. The promising young team is comprised of Pro-Am class racer Jaden Launderville and Pro class racer Max Lindquist. Our primary reason for being there was to help film a short documentary on all of the effort going into Team 4130's championship aspirations. ATV Talks documentary dropped a couple days before this video, so if you like ATV motocross, it's a video you definitely won't want to miss. Like Max, Jaden is racing a production-based Yamaha YFZ450R instead of a hybrid. This streamlines racing efforts in the pits and allows the setup and development on Max's machine to carry over to Jaden's Pro-Am quad as well. For our benefit and yours, we're always interested in the product selections of top racers for their machines. And Max Lindquist took the time to give us the rundown on what went into building the 4130 Motorsports YFZ450R for the Pro class.
Max Lindquist, third year ATV Max Professional, 2020 Pro-Am champ. This is my race machine. This is kind of what it takes to build a professional caliber race machine. So starting with the engine, we picked up JH Racing this year, part of the 4130 crew. He's helping us both out. Starting with the engine, to run in the Pro class, we're using CP parts, rod, pistons. JH Racing head does the valves, the whole 9 yards. He goes from top to bottom, builds the complete motor. From there, it's all Hinson parts, clutch basket, inner hub, the whole thing, all complete Hinson setup. Throttle bodies, that's all changed, aftermarket KTM stuff. From there, we roll into the intake side of things, and that's all Fuel Customs parts, intake, filter, all tuned specifically for what we have going on. From there, we can roll into the Vortex side of things with the mapping, the tuning, having someone there to take care of the machine, the tunes, everything that goes with that side of it. A new sponsor this year is RP Race Exhaust. They finish out the system, building a really good mid-range exhaust. We have Sunstar's products, chain sprockets. You're changing those depending on track conditions, everything dependent on size, but overall, really good luck with those chain and sprockets. Just super high quality strength, tensile strengths. Maxima Oils is a huge help, big sponsor, keeping everything lubricated from chain lube to everything in the engine. Then as well, we do aftermarket coolant with Evans, just to help keep things from boiling, lasting longer in the long Pro Moto. Going to the chassis side of things, everything's, Yamaha factory frame, but from there we take and add all the Walsh accessories, lower the subframe, change the swing arms, A-arms, tie rods, the whole deal is all through Walsh Racecraft. That brings us into the LTR front end. We go from Yamaha stuff to all LTR-based geometry. That really helps with the cornering and performance, all done by Walsh as well. So to expand on the Walsh stuff, it's something that, there's a lot of guys, myself, Chad Weenan, the top pro riders, that we're all developing all these different front ends for different riders. They make several different ones depending on your style, between Chad's front end, Joel's front end. It's something that is more of a rider preference, but at the end of the day, we're all running the same geometry, using that LTR geometry to start to really get this thing to turn. We do switch over to Rocket products. They make all the hubs, 4110, Yamaha bolt pattern, whatever you choose, but it's a higher quality hub. Then I have actually JH Racing, who's doing the engine, is also helping with the shocks. That would be helping me with my Fox setup. He takes completely valves and does everything.
Max relies on a Precision Racing Products Elite Steering Stabilizer to help fight bump feedback and keep him tracking straight.
The linkage and everything else would also be Walsh.
Shocks are one area where Max and Jaden have a differing setup, with Jaden running Elka Stage 5s tuned by Doug Schultz Motorsports.
We're changing our axles out to RPM Dominator axles. That way we don't have to worry about any kind of, say, axle breakage or bending. Really good luck with those guys, as well as changing the rear hubs. We actually go to a whole 4110 base bolt pattern. That way, when we go to the LTR front end and the front, the rear is the same bolt pattern as the front, since Yamaha is not. So we take and put different hubs on the rear to make everything the same. From there, we roll into aftermarket bumper and Nerf bars to help as well. Not many people would think about it, but the Nerf bars are a huge thing for me, trying to get traction. Wrath Racing makes an awesome set of Nerf bars that I can widen my feet out on the monster pegs to really weight the outside of the tire to get better traction in and out of turns, stay farther back on the bike. We're using Maxxis tires, DWT wheels. The tire is probably the biggest and one of the most important things on the bike, between traction and compound and how they hook up in different soils. Really like the flexibility of this tire. Like, you can run it in a sand or a hard packed, and depending on how you set it up, really changes things. Tire balls as well, something else that we run more as a safety precaution for getting a flat tire. 13 balls inside the tire that you can change pressures on for traction and different things that are something I'm still working with, and they're a newer company to the program, but they've been a huge help for just keeping the machine going through the whole moto. You get a flat tire and you don't even know, which is a really cool deal. DWT wheels, a lightweight but yet durable wheel that we use. Pretty much mud, moto, it doesn't matter. Like, they have them all around. Super high quality product. Seat covers and handlebars, like for seats and all that fun stuff, we get to use Forworks with their grip cover. I personally cut my own seats custom for how I want them. My teammate will change his up and cut his a different way, but at the end of the day, we're all using the same cover. Good sticky grip. That way you're not sliding around in and out of turns. You can really sit into the seat and be good to go. For running ODI bars, ODI grips, obviously different bends, all sorts of things, but have had really good luck with these bars and everything with them. Works connection's a big part of the clutch system to go in with Hinson. They're a really big supporter. Better pull ratio, really comfortable lever, good product, never have any issues with it. From there, probably the last big upgrade for me is the Behringer on the front to go with the DP brakes. That's probably my number one thing that I would say from factory to aftermarket really makes a difference in the stopping power to the machine. Really good feel in the lever, no fade, great power coming into the turns to set the front end in, so you can come in with a little more speed but yet still be able to slow down. So to learn more about the program, all 4130 Motorsports, please check out ATV Talks page, all our personal pages. We're going to have the full lowdown on all these machines, the team, all the details. Make sure to go to ATV Talks page, 4130 Motorsports on Instagram.
Tuesday, March 7th, 4130 Motorsports season kicks off at the Daytona Supercross. Truly a great group of people that are dedicated to our sport. We expect to see big things from 4130 Motorsports this season. Make sure to check out ATV Talks documentary on 4130 Motorsports to learn more about their 2023 racing efforts. Thanks for watching.